Okay.
So Gray, you just touched on experiential learning and experiential service. Can you talk about experiential education in the classroom and why the most successful hospitality programs are leaning away from the traditional standard head in a book type focus and really doing applicable education?
Absolutely. And I think it really goes back to where education lies in the hospitality industry. As you've kind of seen through some of my comments, education has not always been typically required or necessarily even highly valued, primarily because, as I mentioned, hospitality and travel and tourism in general has generally been seen to be as transactional. Again, checking a box. And experience has always been the way that one built historically knowledge about the industry. They would take, as I mentioned, apprenticeships and internships and work their way up the ladder. And frankly, experience has not changed that much in terms of the requirements from the industry. You'll see a lot of employers, especially in this industry, weigh far heavily on the experience, especially when you get into more leadership heavy position. And so I think the classroom, especially for this industry, needs to be experiential to really give students an applied perspective. Employers, especially in the industry, are maybe less interested in knowing that you know all the academic theories behind something, but you know the practical applications of it. And I think as a university, we need to prepare students for both the academic side of things as well as balancing that practical side. So you'll start to see the classroom really reaching beyond the four walls of kind of your chalkboard or your marker board and your computer, and outward into some, at least in the case of Washington, D.C., the local hotels, the local event venues and conference centers, the restaurants and even corporate offices, so that students can step inside the doors and partake in some of the conversations that are happening at a higher level beyond just what they would typically see on the front lines.
So do you help your students find those interactions with the more formal public sector, or is it that a responsibility of them from the Georgetown program?
It's a little bit of both. We offer internship options to students, and they can customize that and really kind of find their own internships that we approve of course. But we also offer a number of different activities within the classroom itself. Each of our faculty members has a slew of different industry contacts that they work with, and they bring in guest lecturers, for example, many of them on a biweekly basis. A lot of the classrooms, as I mentioned, are held in corporate offices and different venues around the city. We're working on some travel opportunities for students to really get a more global perspective